Hi, today we are studying about the elasticity of demand. What exactly you are thinking about elasticity? Elasticity means to stretch the things according to as much as force we have. For example, we are taking a rubber band. As you know that once we start stretching the rubber band, it will stiff at one point of time. That is called the elasticity. Here we are taking an example of elasticity, that is percentage change in another variable, that is elasticity of demand is represented by E, that is percentage change in X demanded by percentage change in Y. For example, if there is demand, when our demand is perfectly elastic, that means responsive maximum, and when demand is perfectly inelastic, responsiveness is 0. How we can say that is perfectly elastic and perfectly inelastic? In perfectly elastic, that means we don't have any option, we don't have any choice, we have to bring the things according to our desire. There is no other option, we just bring the things and fulfill our desire. Here now we are discussing the elasticity of demand by using some examples. For example, if some products have some closer substitute which can change their demand and elasticity of demand. For example, if the prices of a salt goes increases day by day, people don't have any other option, they need to buy that because there is no close substitute of salt in their food. See, so that means the cost of a price is relatively inelastic, because when we don't have any option to shift our requirement, that is called the demand is relatively inelastic. Now next we are consider about the elastic in nature. For example, in the you can take is jewelry. The jewelry is in the price of a jewelry is increasing day by day when the people are, and it goes increase when it is in the season, when the other things goes on, but people still goes waiting until the time when it become normal and they can purchase the jewelry whenever they want, until the time they can postpone the need to purchase the thing. That is perfectly elastic. Why perfectly elastic? Because there is some sort of stiffness. What kind of stiffness over here? The change in their prices. Okay. And next thing we are studying about the price elasticity of demand. Generally our price elasticity of demand is negative, but in few cases it is positive. In which cases they are positive? They are positive in the Veblen good as well as the Giffen goods. Giffen goods and Veblen goods we were discussed earlier, and they are the goods which really affect the demand of humans. And now I'm telling about the Giffen good. Giffen goods are those goods that they have a smaller, they have a higher price for inferior goods. And same as the Veblen goods. Veblen goods are that good that's used for your daily consumption, and if we are required we can buy it, and if we don't have a requirement we don't buy it. And the formula of the price elasticity of demand is that the percentage change in the quantity demanded of a product due to the change in the price. Whatever the things should be goes over here in the price elasticity is depend upon the price price of the product as well as the income of the consumer as well as the quantity which they consumed. And now we are taking some examples of price elasticity. Let's take an example of petrol. If the price of a petrol is increasing and increased by 10%, so the demand goes decrease. Why they decrease? Because when the price goes increases, people were not willing to buy it, and the demand goes decreases day by day. So here we have an example. We will calculate by using our example. As we know that the price elasticity of demand is always negative, so minus 2% upon divided by 10%, that is minus 0.20. So now we have a different example of that is a wholesaler of a wheat. Wholesaler of a wheat, that means they can remain unchanged See, demand of a biscuit remain unchanged at minus 1.5, and the price of a biscuit increased by 20%. There is no change, either the demand of a product is increases or decreases. People still remain on the same thing. So we can find out the how many percentage change in quantity demand कितना हुआ है, तो हम उसको उससे क्या करेंगे, जो हमारा प्राइस है उसको हमारी डिमांड से इनटू कर देंगे, देन वी गेट द परसेंटेज चेंज इन क्वांटिटी डिमांड. ओके, next thing we are going to study about affected determining price elasticity of demand. There are few factors which affect the price elasticity of demand. They are availability, closeness of substitute. Second one is proportion of income spent on the product. Third one is time period. Fourth one is uses, and fifth one is habit. Availability and closeness of a substitute. That means that means if a see, if a demand for a water and salt is increasing, we have no other choice. Either the tariff is high, we can easily go and buy it. That demand is perfectly inelastic. And when we have a we have another option that for example we want that the price of a movie is increase, ticket of a movie is increasing, so we will shift our demand and we can watch the movie at our place. So that is the availability and closeness of a substitute. And the other one is proportion of income spent on the product. It means that we know we can we have a 1 lakh per annum, 50,000 per annum. We have a particular kind of income at our place, and we can easily proportionate, we can easily divide our income or how much income we can spend on that particular product. That means the proportion of income. The third one is the time period, and here we have a time period. For example, if the price of a petrol keeps on increasing day by day, we were like sugar, so and anything else, people go switch over there and go for a CNGs and other things. The fourth one is the uses of the product. That means the product increases, consumer have few product for the most important use. For example, if we have a see, if we want to buy something like that full cream milk have a cost of 24 rupees, so we are not able to buy half liter, able to purchase a 24 half token milk of 24 rupees. So what we will do, we will shift our demand. We can change it from double tone to double tone, because it will be according to our price. The next one is habit formation. Something will be in our habit, so we are used to do it and used to buy it, so we can make our habit, and it is very difficult for a person to change their habit. So it also become a elasticity in demand, so because nobody is able to change their habits. The next thing is we are going to discuss about the application of price elasticity of demand. Here we have 5 points. These are the price decision of business organization, and the price regulation by government. And third one is paradox of plenty. Fourth one is use in international trade, and fifth one is fiscal policy. First one, we are discussing about the pricing decision of business organization. Here the business organization, when they were starting and they're launching their product in the market, they were discussing about, they were starting the market view and the elasticity of demand, how much the product is in demand in the market, and they can study about the elasticity. And the next one is the price regulation by the government. Somehow the government in some country, the government regulate the price, because for example, in a country, the price of a staple food like wheat, maize, rice, the government regulate their price. Government doesn't allow the businessmen and other people to take the price according to the requirement. The government regulate the prices according to the demand of the product. The third one is paradox of plenty. Paradox of plenty means sometime if the you can understand easily with the use of with an example of a farmer. When a monsoon is very good and everything is very good, their their product is very high, and the supply of a product is increasing, and when the supply of their product is increasing, that means their demand goes decrease. So that is and the farmers, whatever they are thinking, that if jo fasal achhi hogi, then I will get this and this, so he will not benefited by that amount of money. And use in international trade means the government is using the export and import, and they're exporting their things, they're importing other things. By exporting, they're getting a good amount of money, and somehow the demand of tea, the demand of jute in international market. So India is very good in all this stuff, and India generally trade all these things, as well as gems and jewelry and pearls and other more stuff. Now the fifth one is the fiscal policy. And the government used to impose some taxes on the product. These are called the fiscal policy, that they are we have two different kind of taxes, that are the direct tax and the indirect tax. And the indirect taxes are the excise duty and the other kind of taxes. And here are the few questions. These are what do you understand by elasticity of demand? The second one is, when will the elasticity of demand is maximum? The third one is, what are the factors who determining the price elasticity of demand? Here earlier we were studying about what exactly is the price elasticity, their application, their determinants. And if you guys have any queries, if you have any doubt regarding that things, you can post your queries. I will revert you. Okay. And the next thing we are going to study about the cross elasticity of demand. The cross elasticity of demand, that means the ratio percentage change in the quantity demanded for one product to percentage change in the price of another related product. For example, we are taking an exam. We're studying the cross elasticity by using an example of Coke and Pepsi. See, if the price of a Pepsi substantially increase, the people go switch over to the Coke, and they can easily buy to the क्या कहते हैं उसको, Coke. So the that means the cross elasticity would be negative. Why it is negative? Because the people go shift from one thing to the another. Now we are studying about the formula of cross elasticity in demand. See, now we assume the two product x and y, and two product of q1 and q2, and the prices are p1 and p2, and the formula of that, the percentage change in the quantity demanded due to the percentage change in the price. For example, in mathematical demonstration, we can say that cross elasticity we can define as the ECP, that is the percentage change in the quantity demanded of a product divided by the percentage change in the product y. So generally the cross elasticity in demand is a negative. Why is it negative? Because it always gives a negative reflection, and it will help to the business organization to take their own decision by making their price strategy, as well as it also reflect the price of one product and the demand of other. Okay. For example, we can easily understand by it. See, have you heard about the Hindustan Lever? Hindustan Lever is a big firm, and they're producing a different kind of product. For example, they have a variations of soaps like Hammam, Lux, and many other things. So therefore, they have a cross elasticity of demand is that because every product have a different demand. Every product have a different segment of the people who are going to purchase that particular demand. See, generally the cross elasticity of demand gives a positive influence of a organization, and it will help them to increase their sale. Got it? Now we are studying about the income elasticity of a demand. As we are studying in the beginning of this chapter, that everything is depend upon the price of a product as well as the quantity, and most important thing in that is the income of a consumer. If the income is increases, the demand of a product is increase, and other things remain same. For example, if I get a package of 30 lakh per annum, and I have now my now my demand is to buy a villa, so I can easily buy it because my real income goes increases. And in the same way, whatever the other things, if my income is increases, and you can say, now you can consider in an example, you want to give an admission of you want that your son and daughter should be studying in the British school. Otherwise, if your income is not increasing, you got compromised that okay, my daughter and son should be studying in a ordinary kind of school. Otherwise, if your real income goes increases substantially, that means you want that your son and daughter should be studying in an international curriculum as well as a British school. Okay, and now we can explain in that is income elasticity of demand for a product is the percentage change in the demand for a product divided by the percentage change in the consumer income. ओके, इसको मैथमेटिकली इस तरह से बताएंगे. इनकम इलास्टिसिटी को हम एक्सप्लेन करते हैं EY, that is percentage change in the demanded of a product X divided by the percentage change in the income of the consumer. So there are two questions about it. Why company use cross elasticity of demand, how increase in income affect the elasticity of demand. If you guys have any query, if you have any doubt, you can post your queries and question on your login account. I'll revert you soon. Okay, thanks for now.